new high-grade resources may become sought-after assets in the mining industry.
$20 million in today's value being spent in the ground. We're not afraid of production, we're actually looking for it.
Sierra Madre Gold and Silver Limited is a client and sponsor of PinnacleDigest.com, whose parent company owns shares of Sierra Madre Gold and Silver Limited. Please read the full disclosure at the end of this video.
Gold and silver remain relevant, due in part to rising inflation across much of the globe. The Silver Institute forecasts that demand for silver will increase by 11% in 2021 alone. They also expect physical investment in the metal to reach a 6-year high of approximately 260 million ounces this year. Still, some believe demand may continue to outpace supply, given the declining grades at many of the world's largest silver mines. If this proves true, it will create a bullish environment for silver exploration companies. The largest silver producing country in the world is Mexico. Canadian company Sierra Madre Gold and Silver believe its high-grade silver exploration project near the city of Tepic in the mining-friendly jurisdiction of Nayarit, Mexico, has significant expansion potential. The company's key objective is to advance exploration on the Tepic property to determine whether it contains commercially exploitable deposits of precious or base metals. In this interview, I'll be spending some time with company CEO Alex Langer to find out more about the project, its exploration potential, and Sierra Madre's near-term objectives. So Alex, it's great to be with you. At this point in your career, you could work in almost any sector, right? You've been in the capital markets a long time. Why do you keep coming back to mining?
I guess I started my career at Canaccord in 2003. During that time, I was fortunate enough to be part of a number of successful IPOs, including Great Panther, Fortuna Silver, Endeavour Silver. And I guess during that time, and because of those successes, I became really comfortable with mining, really comfortable with silver, and really comfortable with Mexico. And it's kind of led, culmination of all of that into what we're doing now with Sierra Madre Gold and Silver.
Can you tell us about this company, when you started it, and the flagship asset?
I guess it was about 4 years ago. There really wasn't much of an investable silver story, something similar to what Endeavour or Fortuna was at the time. If you wanted that early stage, high risk, high reward type investment, there really wasn't much out there. If you wanted silver, sure, there's Pan American and a few others. But if you wanted that delta, that early stage investment that could grow into one of these companies, there really wasn't much out there. So I partnered with a few guys, some really successful people, which we'll get into, I'm sure, in a little bit. And we started Sierra Madre Gold and Silver.
So let's talk about Sierra Madre Gold and Silver's flagship asset, Tepic. What stage is it at, and why do you like it?
They had done a bunch of drilling, over 31,000 meters of drilling, which we have all of those drill holes in our core store facility in Tepic. They did a bunch of metallurgical work, which was also really positive. And also location and infrastructure is incredible. We're about 3 kilometers off a paved highway, dirt road access, and it's just excellent. There's power running through it. So all those things really quite excited us about the project and the opportunity to really push it forward and hopefully towards production. It's one thing with our management team that you'll notice is we're not afraid of production, we're actually looking for it.
Let's talk about your management team. 22 million ounces of gold, approximately 600 million ounces of silver that these guys have been involved in managing, exploring, discovering. Who are these guys and how did you get them on board?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think the lead gentleman really is a guy named Gregory Liller. Greg is an exploration geologist by training. However, he's ran and operated numerous mines. He has had tremendous success. He's actually had 7 projects turn into mines, which is, I guess, the Tom Brady of mining, if you want to put it that way. 7 is really incredible. 1 or 2, you can have a bit of luck to actually do it 7 times. Really, truly is remarkable.
You talked about advancing the project. You mentioned production. Where does that potentially come in?
So we are fully committed to go into production, and we feel Tepic will be a really big hub for us. The area we're in Nayarit, Mexico, there is quite a bit of production in there. It's smaller scale, a lot of family-owned mines. There's separate tolling facilities, precious metal facilities as well, but no one's kind of come in and consolidated the area. So that's what we're trying to do. And we feel Tepic will be kind of the basis for us as we acquire other mines within the area, utilizing kind of a hub and spoke mining scenario.
You guys recently made an acquisition, Tigra, from Grupo de Mexico of all companies.
I know, yeah.
How did you guys pull that off? Talk about the production history at Tigra And how does that fit into your model moving forward?
Thanks to our directors and some of our relationships in Mexico, we were able to reach out to Grupo, and it took a couple of years to build the relationship and get them comfortable and excited about us. And we're able to announce that acquisition. So the Tigra itself, has been in and out of production for about 100 years. Now, really, really small scale. There hasn't been any, modern mining technique. There hasn't been any drilling, any trenching, no topography work.
What have you guys done so far?
So far, we've taken just over 500 samples, and we've just started to do the topography work. Over the next few weeks, once that information is in, we'll get right into trenching and drilling. So we'll be drilling there by the fall.
Moving back to Tepic, that's the flagship asset. How much of the budget is going there? How many holes are you hoping to drill? And what's the goal for this season?
At Tepic, we spent about $1 million so far. We've drilled 20 holes. Those results should be out relatively soon. We are permitted for up to 67 holes, but we are in the process of expanding that drill permit up to 200.
With respect to budget, how's it going to be split up between Tepic and La Tigra?
So Tepic is our flagship, so the majority of the capital will be spent there. We spent $1 million so far, and we'll spend another $2 million hopefully this year, or at least until this drill program is complete. Once we completed the drill program, we will be coming out with an NI 43-101 compliant resource. Hopefully that's for year end, but do give us until Q1 2022, just depending on how long assays take. From there, we will be spending $1.5 million to $2 million at La Tigra, depending on how that drilling is moving forward.
Outside of Greg, if we look at environmental permits and all these kinds of things moving forward, who are you going to lean on in that capacity?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've one gentleman in particular. His name is Alejandro Carveo. Alejandro is one of our founders. He's a director, and he's also our country manager. Alejandro comes from a really well-known mining family in Mexico. He's worked with companies such as Pinnacle and Frisco, just to name a few. He's worked with Greg for a number of years. With the last project with La Tigra, we needed to sign documents right away, fly to Mexico City to get everything done. He was there, able to execute right away.
What are the catalysts moving forward that might re-rate this company 6 months from now, 12 months from now?
So Sierra Madre's market cap is about 45 million. As I mentioned, we have 12 million in the bank. I think the next major one, at least for shareholders, is going to be some of the drilling that we've done. And then from there, hopefully a new discovery at La Tigra, and all of the combination of the NI 43-101 resource report, hopefully for year end.
So that's the first updated one since 2013?
Correct, yeah. So that'll be really quite exciting. And as I mentioned, the last one was just over 10 million ounces of silver equivalent, and we'll see where we come in. But for us, if all goes well, we will then move on to feasibility work right away.
Everyone's looking at silver deals, gold deals. When they look at Sierra Madre Gold and Silver, what message do you want to leave them with?
We have the right management, we have the right capital to execute on our strategy, and that's consolidating the area of Nayarit in Western Mexico. We have two highly prospective projects that really haven't had the time of day. We have the cash in hand, and we're going to be drilling aggressively both projects. We have an NI 43-101 compliant resource coming out, hopefully for year end. Our 3 to 5 year goal is to have about 50 to 100 million ounces of silver in inventory, as well as production from 2 or 3 points.
I wish you guys all the luck, man.
Thank you so much, Alex. Cheers.
At a time when many of the world's largest silver producers are seeing average grades of their reserves and resources decline, new high-grade resources may become sought-after assets in the mining industry. Cumulatively, Sierra Madre Gold and Silver's management team has a track record of wealth creation in Mexico through project discovery, advancement, and monetization. And now, in the mining-friendly region of Nayarit, Mexico, the company aims to advance its silver exploration project in the world's largest silver-producing nation. Like this video and subscribe to never miss another adventure.